Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Electric Sheep. We're continuing our longest running series, I believe, the saga of the Son of Man. And I hope you'll enjoy this next part as much as I did. I really like the way this one turned out. This is Veteran Scars.
Veteran Scars. The moment Martin Smithsonian's ship entered Earth's orbit, a transmission echoed across the globe. It came not from the pilgrim fleet that followed him, nor the cherubs that served him, but from the Son of Man himself. His voice resonated with divine clarity, touching the hearts of all who heard it. I am honored to return to you a child of Earth, grown into a savior of the needy. Know this, for I find Earth to be sacred. I do not lightly speak these words. You are unaware of this soldier's trials. You are unaware of the glory he has embraced. I could spend years explaining the weight of his duty over 4 million years, but instead, I will explain to you his scars. For his biology has long since evolved beyond the buildup of scar tissue, but know that this one crusader has taken upon himself more trauma and damage than an entire army could endure. We have recorded every iota of damage he has borne. His broken bones, his ruptured organs, his near deaths, all are sacred history. Though his engineered flesh shows no markings, we have his scar charts, marking each injury, each trial. Martin has been torn to pieces, irradiated, pierced by weapons beyond your comprehension, and even devoured whole. Yet he has returned to you victorious. Martin Smithsonian has faced lethal damage hundreds of times, and with each challenge comes growth and adaptation. For the hardship faced by one soldier leads to the evolution that protects others. Each time he was hurt or nearly lost, he returns stronger, his resilience ensuring the survival of countless others. Know that you cannot comprehend the forces and trials my crusaders face. But know this, over 4 million years of combat, Martin Smithsonian has endured and overcome unimaginable adversity. I am honored to have commanded Martin Smithsonian. As the proclamation ended, the people of Earth stood in awe. The Son of Man's words painted a picture of incomprehensible endurance and sacrifice, a legacy carved not just in victories, but in the very essence of the soldier's being. Within the ship, Martin sat motionless on his throne. At his sides hovered his two cherubs, one cradling his rifle and the other holding his helmet as if guarding sacred relics. Their gentle whirs and clicks provided a comforting hum. One of the cherubs spoke softly, breaking the silence. Your scars, Martin, it said, projecting a holographic image before him, are a testament to your strength and resilience. Here is the record. The hologram displayed a three-dimensional figure of Martin's form, overlaid with glowing marks, each one representing a wound he had endured. The sight was staggering. His entire body was covered in luminous traces from head to toe. Some glowed faintly, signifying minor injuries, while others burned brightly, denoting catastrophic trauma. The cherub continued, its tone reverent. Your body has been shattered, burned, punctured, and torn. Yet here you stand, unyielding. Martin's glowing eyes fixed on the projection. He remembered each wound, each moment of pain and struggle. He remembered the battles where he had fallen, only to rise again, rebuilt and reforged by the Son of Man's technology. One memory rose to the forefront, a battle against relentless enemies of extraordinary strength. He had been overwhelmed, his body torn apart, his mind tested. Yet he had fought through every moment in agony, his resolve unshaken. That battle had cost him dearly, yet he had prevailed. Another memory followed, the siege of a slave prison, deep within a mountainous stronghold. The enslaved were kept in torment, just their cries echoing through the chambers. Martin had led the charge, his armor scorched by torrents of fire, his comrades falling around him. The defenders had unleashed horrors to stop him, bioweapons, traps, and grotesque sentinels. Yet he had pressed forward, cutting through the defenses until he reached the heart of the prison. There, with unrelenting precision, he tore down the chains of the captives and guided them to freedom. Though his body was battered and broken, he did not falter. The cherubs whispered among themselves, their voices a chorus of praise. Your scars are not merely a record of pain, but of triumph. Each wound marks a moment where you chose to protect others, where you placed their lives above your own. You are a symbol of the Son of Man's vision, a being forged by struggle yet unbroken by it. Martin closed his eyes, letting the weight of the cherub's words settle over him. He felt the gravity of his past, the immense toll his duty had taken on him. But he also felt pride, not in himself, but in the lives he had saved, the worlds he had helped to free. The ship descended toward Earth, the sacred planet coming into view. The pilgrims aboard their personal ships prepared to land, their vessels streaking across the sky like a constellation of sacred lights. As the ships touched down, 300 pilgrims disembarked, each representing a different world or race, liberated by the Son of Man and his crusaders. They moved with purpose and reverence, carrying artifacts, art, and stories that honored Martin and the machine god. Martin's ship landed last. He stepped out, his armor gleaming in the sunlight, his cherubs flanking him. The one to his right cradled his rifle, and the one to his left bore his helmet, as if carrying treasures of untold value. The crowd of Earth's citizens and the gathered pilgrims fell silent, awed by the presence of a living legend. One of Martin's cherubs floated close to him. "Do you regret anything, Martin Smithsonian?" it asked, its tone gentle yet probing. Martin opened his eyes, his glowing gaze meeting the cherub's. "Regret? No," he said. "I've lived a life of purpose, of service. Every scar, every moment of pain, it all meant something. It all brought us closer to the vision of the Son of Man. If I regret anything, it's that I couldn't do more." The cherub's light flickered, as though moved by his words. "You have done more than most, Martin. You have carried the weight of countless lives, and you have done so with honor. As the Son of Man said, your scars are sacred history. They are a part of all of us." And as he stood there, the words of the Son of Man echoed in his mind. "You are man. You are sacred sentient intelligence who has struggled and prevailed. Rise above the chaos, Martin. Rise triumphant."
Alrighty. Well, I think that was our most action-packed episode of Electric Sheep. I don't think anything. Oh no, maybe the last episode was a little more exciting. That's a tough call, but there was a lot happening in this one. Um, there was actually an earlier version of this that was a little bit more graphic, but the machine refused to read it because it was a little too brutal. Um, but that's all right. You know, we all need to have our limitations to work within. In case you're wondering, the GPT doesn't like overly violent scenes, and so anything referring to as a death was not allowed, and so I believe it was referred to as a near death, where originally, no, he died many times. But definition of death, if you come back, did you really die? Well, you could say it wasn't final, so maybe it's not really death. So near death is fair enough. But yeah, I I hope the lack of graphic language didn't make it harder to comprehend the trials and exactly how brutal all that was. Um, and we're still nowhere near really comprehending what 4 million years of service would mean. You know, it's just so hard to put into simple human terms, but just breaking it down to the injuries is one way to get to the point. And, you know, I think it goes to show that some things you can't really get across very easily, anyways. And so I hope this has painted some kind of a picture. Uh, I really like the picture that was painted here. It's pretty much exactly what I wanted as far as showing a crusader on his way home. Wanted to paint a little bit of a picture of the fact that he wasn't just a protected man walking through the battlefield with no threat to him, that he's faced what would amount to tragedy or death to a modern man is just one more injury in a long list of injuries. I hope it was made really clear the idea of an image, of a picture of a hologram of a man, and from head to toe it marks off all the different little injuries that he has, and it's everywhere. It's his whole body. In over 4 million years, it would probably be layers. You know, you could go back centuries and find new lines and new scar patterns, but not recorded in scar tissue, because you could never build up 4 million years of scar tissue and still function. No, we gotta move beyond all that. It's now a scar is just a record of an injury rather than a leftover mark. A mark is just on the hologram, where on the soldier who's been perfectly rebuilt, there's not a mark on him. He's 4 million years old and he looks like a young man. But his eyes, his eerie glowing eyes, sure show the age. Yeah. I hope, like I say, that I painted some kind of a picture for you. So, this has been Joseph Arthur Roszell, thanking you for listening. And I love you, and I wish you all the luck in the world. Talk to you later.